Welcome to the CPM Customer Success Podcast, where we help Office of Finance leaders enable an exact solution to enhance their corporate performance without spending countless nights and weekends in the office. Hi, I'm your host, Andy Smetana from Nova Advisory. Nova Advisory is a 100% OneStream professional services diamond implementation partner. We help OneStream customers and prospective OneStream customers get the most out of their OneStream investments. For CPM customer success listeners, we now have a weekly email newsletter to keep you informed on the latest CPM customer success news. By subscribing today, we'll keep you informed on episode releases, including customer success stories, OneStream interviews, and capabilities to keep you up to date about OneStream's unified platform for finance. You can check that out now at Nova Advisory's website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success Podcast newsletter today. Today we conclude our Splash 2026 recap with part 3 of the series. In part 1, we covered the platform foundation behind the Splash announcements. We looked at the new Cube engine, OneStream Developer Studio, expanded Sensible AI capabilities, and Sensible AI Forecast Express. The focus was speed, scale, extensibility, and practical AI forecasting. In part 2, we covered the finance agentic layer, native Sensible AI agents, and cluster analysis. That episode focused on governed AI, trusted data, natural language analysis, and the importance of preparing the finance foundation before applying more advanced capabilities. Today, we'll bring those conversations together. Post-Splash is the perfect time for finance teams to step back and revisit their OneStream roadmaps. For current customers, that means looking at the platform you already have and asking where it can create the most value. Where are there still manual steps? Where is Excel still supporting critical processes? Where are users waiting too long for data, reports, forecasts, and analysis? And where could OneStream's newer capabilities help finance teams move faster, work with more detail, or reduce their process risk? For prospective customers, this is also an important moment. Splash gave the market a clearer view of where OneStream's headed. The announcements around performance, developer productivity, Sensible AI, Forecast Express, native agents, and governed AI all point to the platform strategy, which is built around scale, trust, and practical finance transformation. Beyond replacing a legacy system, evaluating CPM software is about choosing a foundation for how finance will operate over the next several years. The practical question for both groups is the same. Where can the platform's core capabilities help us strengthen the foundation? And where can the advanced capabilities help us extend what finance can do next? The key is not to chase every new feature at once. That's what this last episode is about. Taking the announcements from Splash and translating them into practical next steps. So what does this mean for current OneStream customers? For current OneStream customers, Splash 2026 provided several important roadmap considerations. First, review the core platform investments. The new Cube engine should be part of the conversation around performance, scale, model design, and future data needs. Customers who have avoided adding detail because of performance concerns may have new options to evaluate. Second, assess development and governance practices. Developer Studio may change how teams manage business rules, source control, enhancement cycles, and technical workflows. As OneStream environments mature, development discipline becomes increasingly important. Third, identify practical AI use cases. The best AI opportunities usually start with clearer business pain points. Forecast cycle time, variance explanations, operational driver analysis, or scenario analysis. Those use cases can then be mapped to Sensible AI, Forecast Express, cluster analysis, or native agents. Fourth, strengthen the data foundation. AI value depends on clean metadata, controlled workflows, trusted integrations, consistent definitions, and appropriate security. And fifth, continue thinking platform first. Many customers still have opportunities to bring processes into OneStream. Splash 2026 reinforced OneStream's direction as a unified, extensible, AI-enabled finance platform. For existing customers, the opportunity is to align that product direction with a clear finance transformation roadmap. For prospective OneStream customers, the Splash 2026 announcements reinforce the importance of choosing a platform that can support finance beyond the immediate replacement project. Many organizations begin a CPM evaluation because an existing tool has reached their end of life. Hyperion may be outdated, SAP BPC may no longer fit the roadmap, Excel may be carrying too much risk. Those are common starting points. Splash 2026 shows the evaluation should also consider where finance is headed. A modern CPM platform needs to support consolidation, planning, reporting, analytics, AI, workflow, security, and operational detail in a governed model. It also needs to scale as the business changes. So after Splash 2026, finance teams can organize their next steps around a simple roadmap. Start with the foundation. Review consolidations, data quality, reporting, workflows, integrations, metadata, security, and ownership. Then evaluate performance and scale. Identify areas where the model has been limited by calculation times, data volumes, reporting performance, or concerns about adding more detail. Next, look at process extension. Identify finance processes that still rely heavily on Excel or disconnected tools. Common examples include account reconciliations, operational reporting, capital planning, and forecasting. Then assess AI readiness. AI forecasting works best when finance teams understand both the data and the decision process it supports. After that, prioritize agent use cases. Look for areas where users spend time searching for information, preparing repeated analysis, explaining variances, or connecting finance and operational data. And finally, define governance. Clarify ownership of the model. Definitions, AI usage, data access, security, and automation decisions. That roadmap helps finance teams move from interest in Splash announcements to a practical adoption. The goal is disciplined progress, foundation, extension, AI readiness, and then targeted use cases that create measurable value. Splash 2026 validated what Nova Advisory sees every day with finance teams. Most successful organizations are focused on modernizing the way finance works. They also want to focus on a foundation that can evolve as their business changes. And that's where OneStream is especially powerful. A company can begin with closing consolidations, then extend into planning, account reconciliations, and more. The Splash 2026 announcements add another layer to that story. The new Cube engine strengthens performance and scale. Developer Studio supports better technical development. Sensible AI and Forecast Express make AI forecasting more approachable. The finance agentic layer creates a governed framework for AI agents. Native agents point towards a more conversational finance experience, and cluster analysis helps finance teams identify patterns and peer groups that may be difficult to see through traditional reporting structures. A strong OneStream roadmap should reflect business priorities, finance maturity, data readiness, and adoption capacity. That wraps up part 3 of our Splash 2026 recap. Across these 3 episodes, we covered the major announcements from Splash: the new Cube engine, OneStream's Developer Studio, expanded Sensible AI capabilities, Forecast Express, the finance agentic layer, native Sensible AI agents, and cluster analysis. The ultimate takeaway is this: build the foundation, extend the platform, apply AI where it creates measurable value. That is how finance teams can take finance further. Thanks for joining us for this episode of CPM Customer Success. Reminder to check out the CPM Customer Success weekly email newsletter to stay informed of the latest CPM Customer Success episodes and OneStream news. You can check that out now at the Nova Advisory website, novaadvisory.com/podcast, and subscribe to the CPM Customer Success Podcast email newsletter today. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next week for another episode of CPM customer success.